Two Cows Gaming fans, we are back with episode 12 of John Cow's Corner, and this week we are talking about hack and slash games. I'm going to talk about my, 5 of my favorite games that I like to play when I just want to kill a little bit of time. But then we are going to switch gears and we are going to have a play segment where I play probably my favorite hack and slash game of all time. Without further ado, we are going to jump into the first segment of the show, so we'll be right back. All right, we're back, and like always, I like to start the show with a little bit of housekeeping. If you are looking for any of the social links, you can find those in the video description below. Just click on those, and that'll take you to the respective social channels that I have. The Facebooks, the TikToks, the YouTubes, you name it, you can find it there. And there's also a link to my merch store. So please go there, check it out, get some magnets, get a coffee cup, t-shirts, sweatshirts, whatever it is that you fancy. I think there's even a baseball cap there. If not, I'll add one. But anyways, go check it out. Every penny that is generated from the merch store gets dumped right back into the John Cow's Corner podcast and the Two Cows Gaming stream. We use it to buy replacement equipment or updated equipment, updated software, and additional games to play. With that, I also would direct you to a couple of other links. Check out polymega.com if you are a person that is just getting back into retro gaming. That is, in my opinion, the best retro gaming console out there. I just got mine about 2 months ago, and I absolutely love it. I am not paid by them to say that. It's just, my experience with the Polymega has been that good. I did write a blog about that over on TwoCowsGaming.com. If you want to check out my thoughts about the Polymega, go check it out. It's an unbiased review. Again, it's not a paid promotion. I'm not getting paid for any of this. I just believe in the product, and I really enjoy it. Other than that, up next is the games section, where we talk about the different games that I have picked for today. I've got 5 good ones, and then, of course, my gameplay segment, where I actually play one of the games. Actually another game, but you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. So I'll be right back after this break. All right, I am back, and it is the game segment. We are not going to waste any time. We're going to jump right in with game number 5. Number 5 is Diablo 4. This game came out in June of 2023. It is released by Activision Blizzard. It is the classic and 4th installment of the Diablo franchise. This game was long and longly anticipated before it was released. When it did release, there were only 5 characters. Right now, there are no plans to add additional characters. But the characters that it did launch with are the Barbarian, the Druid, the Sorcerer, wow, I'm just struggling today. The Necromancer, and the Rogue. So those are the 5 classes you could choose from. Right now, what you see on screen is the Druid, the weakest of the 5 classes. It is an online-only game, meaning you have to have an internet connection to play it. So you have been warned. It is released on all the major platforms, PC, Xbox, PS5, and I believe it's on Switch. So check it out. But the main reason I like this game is its replayability. You've got 5 classes to choose from, and each class has 3 different paths you can develop, or if you want, you can develop your character as a hybrid. So it does, a jack of all trades, master of none type thing. No 2 characters are going to be the same. You can play with 2 druids in the group, and they will be completely different from one another. The visuals are absolutely gorgeous. They're next level. They are 4K, with the exception of the Switch version. That is only HD, 1980p. Or no, 1080p, sorry. Can't think. and there's a great variety of enemies. Now, as always in Diablo games, the key here is loot, 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 to get better weapons and better gear to take on tougher enemies. The only real criticisms I have of Diablo 4 is that the game is so large it can be overwhelming. And, until you unlock the mounts, you have to walk everywhere you want to go until you unlock mounts and you unlock the portal systems in each of the towns. One of the other criticisms I have is that the game is very difficult to complete solo. If you do plan on playing this by yourself, I would recommend playing as the Necromancer or as the Barbarian. They have much higher survivability than the other three classes. And again, I can't stress this enough, the Druid kind of blows. I don't know why he's so squishy and worthless, but he was the first character I rolled up. I've got him currently at level 38, and he's been disappointing the whole time I've been playing. Now, to contrast that, I rolled up a Necromancer, and as far as I'm concerned, that's where the game is at. Necromancer is the best class in the game, in my opinion, because not only does the Necromancer have a lot of great abilities, it also, that class has the ability to heal itself and keep itself alive much more effectively than the other classes. So that is my number 5, Diablo 4. Number 4 should be no surprise based on number 5, and that is Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. This game debuted in 2018, and it was meant to be a Warhammer 40k meets Diablo kind of game. There are 4 character classes to choose from. Don't ask me to name them. I don't know them off the top of my head. All I know is that the Mechanicus and the Soldier are 2 of the best ones in the game. There's a great variety of builds, much like Diablo 4 and a couple of the other games on the list, because there are different paths to develop your character. Now, my character that I am playing currently is an Astartes, but he is a melee build primarily. So all of his synergies kind of rotate around his ability to fight hand to hand. And that's the whole point, is you want to build a character that can, be self-sufficient, but at the same time really deal damage, because some of the creatures that you run into and some of the other forces of chaos that you run into can be overwhelming if you don't have your character built right. There are engines of chaos that you have to fight. There are Dark Aether who you have to fight. Or Dark Eldar that you have to fight, and they all have vehicles. And unfortunately, there are a couple of maps where you do get to ride in a tank, but you don't get access to vehicles as part of this game. You are meant to be an Astartes soldier, Space Marine, and get through it. Now, you can play as a Mechanicus as well, Adeptus Mechanicus. You can do the Assassin class, and then there's one other one, but I can't think of it right. Oh, Psyker. So those are the classes you can choose from. They're all pretty balanced, and unlike Diablo, you can actually play this game all the way through solo. Much like Diablo, you have to get to a certain point in the game before you can play side-by-side co-op. However, you are also able to play online with up to 4 people. It's just a fun game. The only real criticisms that I have is, one, it doesn't have a lot of enemy variety. There's not a lot of map variety, which is a disappointment. And then, of course, as I've already mentioned, no vehicles to pilot. Number 3, the game that I want to talk about here is Torchlight 2. Currently, there are 4 games in the Torchlight series out. There is Torchlight 2 and Torchlight 3, followed by one that just came out, Torchlight Infinite. They're available on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 5. I think they might be available on Nintendo Switch too, but I'm not positive. Why do I love the Torchlight games? The visuals are fantastic. I love the color scheme. I love the overall presentation, the world that is created, randomly generated dungeons is another big seller to me. No, you could keep playing through with different classes and different paths, and the dungeons are going to be completely different. I also like the variety of loot you can get in this game. There's just so much loot that you get by defeating enemies and completing quests. And it ranges from common items all the way up to legendary items. And then, of course, pets. A Torchlight game wouldn't be a Torchlight game without pets. And you can collect different foods and different fish to feed to your pet to get different effects. And unlike the previous game, your pet actually helps you fight. It's not just there to carry things. The variety of enemies is fantastic. And then, of course, class customization. My Berserker might be different than your Berserker. Your Rogue might be a little bit different than my Rogue. There are 3 different class paths for each class in this game. And, there are 4 playable classes in the game. So no 2 classes are going to be the same, and you will not run out of variety if you want to keep playing this game. So the replayability is really high. As far as criticisms, I got nothing. It's a great game. It is a fantastic game. Even when your character is blocked by items in the environment, it does like a wireframe shading, so you can see where your character is behind the item, like rocks or trees or whatever. And, the camera angle is far enough away that you don't feel claustrophobic, but it doesn't get wonky when you're playing the game. So definitely check it out. You can get all 3 of them on the different consoles and PC. I think they're pretty reasonably priced. I haven't checked the price recently, but go check it out. It's just a fun. It's the best way to describe it is it's like a Diablo light. And so if you don't want the dreary, dark goriness of Diablo, this is a good game to play. It's also fun to play with your son or your daughter or significant other because you can really get into the game. You can increase the difficulty and just have a lot of fun. Number 2 plays on my love of mecha and to a lesser extent the Robotech universe, but this is Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3. To me, this is as close as you can get to being in an anime game and being in large-scale combat with mecha. It uses the Dynasty Warriors engine, but it is set in the Gundam universe. There are hundreds of different missions, different pilots that you can recruit, and different mecha you can collect, different blueprints you can collect to make that mecha more powerful and more diverse. And it uses the same formula as the Dynasty Warriors franchise. You have different maps that you fight on, and you try to complete different objectives on those maps, all the while taking on hordes of enemy mecha. It's a fantastic game. It's not really widely available. I bought mine several years ago, and I've hung on to it. This game originally released in 2011 in the US, and it's on 360, PS3, and PC. So you might have to buy a digital copy. I have no idea what it's going for. I got mine relatively cheap because at the time I was working for a video game retailer, and I got a company discount, and I had some coupons that I could use. So if you love mecha and you love anime, go check it out. Controls are tight. The number of missions is a great variety. The only criticisms I have of this game is that side-by-side multiplayer has to be unlocked. You have to complete a certain number of missions and get to a certain point in the game before your friend can jump on and play with you. And it has a wonky camera. But if you go online, up to 4 people can join you in your conquest, and you could play with 3 different difficulty levels: easy, normal, or hard. Yeah, it's just a fun game. Visually, it's stunning, and this is the Xbox 360 game. So as you can see, it's still a pretty. The visuals hold up pretty well all these years later. So check it out. The final game I want to talk about is an absolute classic in my opinion. This is what got me hooked on the hack and slash genre. It is Gauntlet 2. put out by Atari, and this is the Xbox 360 version that came as part of the Midway Classics collection, arcade collection. And this is Gauntlet 2. Gauntlet 1 is also part of that collection, but everybody who's played video games knows about this game, and frequently say Warrior needs food badly, or Elf needs food badly. Now this game does have 4 classes to choose from. You have the Warrior, you have the Elf, you have the Valkyrie, and you have the Wizard. You know, you adventure through an unlimited number of levels in Gauntlet 2. The visuals are fantastic. In the console version, they are about as close as you can get to the arcade without actually going to the arcade. The controls are very tight, very intuitive, very easy to use because there's only about 6 buttons that you use. You know, it's a damn fun game. That's why I love it. The speed of the game is paced very well. And one thing that I don't mind that usually really bothers me in video games is difficulty. This game is difficult, but at the same time, it's not it's just a fun game. It's geared for 4 people to play together, and you can do that on console. You can all sit on the couch and play this game. Each person can take whatever character they want. You can have multiples of the same character. And you can find different secret rooms, too, to get different kinds of rewards throughout the game. But if you love Gauntlet, the Gauntlet series, Gauntlet 2 is a classic, and it's been around forever. So go check it out. Okay, so that rounds out my 5 favorite hack and slash games. Now, of all of the games here, the play segment is going to be dealing with probably my favorite hack and slash game of all time. So don't go away. I'll be right back after this break, and we'll jump right in. All right, I'm back, and you are joining me in the play segment. Today we are playing Gauntlet Dark Legacy. This is a sequel to Gauntlet Legends. This came out for the Xbox, the PlayStation 2, and the Nintendo GameCube. I don't know if it's on PC or not, but this was originally released in 1999. It was an expansion to the Gauntlet Legends game. There are several more classes in this game, including Minotaur, Medusa, Joker, Hyena. There's all total, I think there's 12 different classes you can play in this game. Some of them are hidden, and some of them you earn as you progress through the game. There are legendary items you can earn in this game, and the big reason I love it is the visuals. It's Gauntlet, but better. There's a great variety of classes. Characters level up, and my number one criticism is that it's not backwards compatible. So what I am playing on today is my original Xbox, the big brick Xbox. So it's going to have images cut out from time to time. Having to get the right cable to run from the Xbox to my computer so I can record the footage. It's not foolproof. So you might see the screen cut out. For that, I apologize. But with that, we are going to jump in. Of course, I'm going to start my adventure with the Warrior. So we're going to go right here. Or not. Come on. Really? Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's why. Okay. Where's the Warrior? I don't want to be yellow. There we go. I want to be blue. Ooh, what is this? We're going to play that character. See how it's cutting in and out? I apologize for that, but it's because of the system I'm running. You want to collect all of these gems because they're going to help you unlock the different portals to get to the different levels throughout the game, which is a kind of a break from the traditional gauntlet, you know, method of doing things. Okay, looks like I'm playing a dwarf, which is fine. Okay, let's see here. So, are there any more gems I need to collect? I don't think so. But the key is, as you're going through the different levels, you want to collect different colored gems that open these different portals so you can go to the different maps in the game. So we're going to jump into the first level, and we're going to see how far we can get with the dwarf. This is my first time playing the dwarf, so we're going to have some fun. Now, as you can see, for each area, there are 5 different levels. So we'll just jump right into level 1, and you can go back in, and you can play these over and over and over again. Like if you miss something, you can actually go back and play it through and get the hidden items that you missed. Now, I am playing the Xbox version, like I said at the beginning of this. I just feel like it's a better game than the PlayStation 2 version. Again, you can see that my screen cuts out a little bit. It's because of the cabling that I have here. I had to make do with what I have, and it's going to cut out from time to time. I don't know why. It just does. Which it really makes me scratch my head. It's like, why didn't they make this backwards compatible? It seems like a no-brainer to me. But as you can see, oh, I don't have a key yet. It's a little bit slower pace when you're first starting out than the original Gauntlet. The fastest character in the game is still the elf and the jester. And the maps are a little bit different. You know, the traditional Gauntlet games, or the original Gauntlet games, were top-down. Where this one is, you know, 3/4 isometric, kind of like Diablo. But I think this really lends itself well to that kind of camera. Now, with the warrior and, well, actually any of the melee units, you can just walk up to the enemies and hit them. You don't actually have to hit any buttons, but it does go faster if you do. Oh, great. Okay. And you want to destroy all of these tombstones because that's what's allowing these skeletons and these undead to rise from the dead. Yeah, we're going to take that cherry because I need to eat it because I have a feeling that I'm croaking here. Oh, ew. Poison barrels you want to avoid because they will poison you. Collect as many of these gems as you can, because that's going to help you buy things at the end of the level. I wonder if my video board in this Xbox is loose, because I bought this from a guy on eBay, and it worked fine. It works fine, but sometimes the video cuts out, and I'm just wondering if the video board's a little loose. Oh, my character leveled up. That's another reason why I like this version of the game, is because you level up and you get tougher. Sorry if you hear the clicky-clacky of my buttons. It's because I'm using a third-party controller for this game rather than the original. Ooh, what does that do? I don't know if I like that. Oh, okay. It just takes me up there. Which means that there's probably something hidden up here. chest. Okay, well, I don't have any keys, so... I'll use my potion now. I don't know who this Reaper guy is, but I think he just killed me. Grab this cherry so I don't die. Banana. You want to try and explore everything on the map, because you'll miss things if you don't. Get that too. Let's see here. Can I get into my inventory here? No. Oh, I just threw the potion. I don't think I wanted to do that. What are in these? You gotta be careful because there is death in the different barrels. You can also find them in the treasure chests, and if you don't have a potion, you can't get rid of them. Which is true to the Gauntlet lore, the original game. Can't go that way. So, oh, so I gotta go back this other way, I guess. Lame. Poison spikes, that's fun. Where are these guys coming from? Seriously. Oh, I missed the tombstone over here. Let's get rid of that. Rock grubs, go. Ooh, wings. Nice. Meat. We don't want to eat that, because it will poison you. And there's usually a boss at the end of the level once you get there. We're probably not going to play this whole level. I just want to give you a flavor for what the game is like. But I am getting frustrated because my visuals keep cutting out on me. I see there was a worm. That's where those worms come from. Level 3! Lucky me! Let's get this tombstone before things get out of control. Yeah, we'll eat those cherries. We need those. And it's okay to check for, like, hidden walls and hidden doors. See, like, right there. Just throw your axe at them. Or blast him with your spell if you got a spell. That's fine too. Because it'll reveal a bunch of different stuff for you. Ooh, yes, a ring of keys. More gems, we'll take those. Bad guys to kill. Oh, there's an archer over here. We'll have to get rid of him too soon. Yes. There's a tombstone around here somewhere. There it is. You want to get rid of all of these tombstones because as long as they're still there, they're going to keep spawning bad guys, and you can get overwhelmed very quickly. But the levels in this game are pretty large, and there's a lot of hidden secrets that you can find. Provided your camera or your game feed doesn't keep cutting out. When you play multiplayer, each character, I believe, gets their own treasure. So, like, it's kind of an every man is for themselves kind of thing, or every person is for themselves, which can be frustrating. Because if you have somebody that's an elf who's hogging all the treasure, then you can't upgrade your weapons and your skills in between levels, and that's not a good way to play. Alright, can I get this thing to come up? I did. It's in there. Nice. What's this? Oh, we'll grab that. I don't know what it does, but we'll grab it. There we go. I think that gives me an attack up ability, so like it improves my ability to attack. Just keep eating the food because we want to keep our health full if we can. And I just got poison. That ain't good. Skinny little pole is blocking me from killing my enemies here. Oh, I'm out of keys. Dang it. Now, in between levels, you can actually buy more keys, so don't panic. And then you can actually come back and collect you can come back and collect the chests that you didn't get. Whoops, didn't want to do that. I don't know what I did, but it was a mistake. And there's heavy and light attacks that you can do. And if you use them in the right combination, you can get a better attack out of it. Which is a break from the old Gauntlet games. There's not a heavy and light attack. There's just attack, that. Yes, I know the path ahead is laden with traps.
Avoid dangerous objects.
Avoid traps. Gee, thanks for telling me the obvious. Oh, poison meat. We're not going to mess with that. We're going to just leave it there. We're going to go buy it if we can. What do we got here? Oh, coin. Nice. And there's something over here. Oh, it's just the windmill. Sometimes bombs hide in chests, so just be aware of that. I really wish I knew why this keeps cutting out like this. It's really annoying. Ah, I didn't want to do that. Shoot. Well, there's one of them. So we need to find the other switch. Oh, shoot.
Explosions destroy items.
Well, that's annoying. It blew up that item. Oh, don't run through the fire, John. That's a good way to burn to death. Where's the other switch? Is it back at the beginning here? Okay, so I think I got the two switches. Let's go. Oh, turbo boost. Cool. Got rid of him. Ooh, he got treasure. Sweet. Another guy with poison.
Your life force is running out.
Oh no. I'm like telling you that death is right there for you. Yeah, there it is right there. If I go and get that gem, he comes to life and then I'm screwed. But I don't have a choice because I gotta open this gate. The upside is death leaves after it absorbs a certain number of hit points from you, and it looks like I just died. Alright. So, that is Gauntlet Dark Legacy. We are going to be right back after this with my suggestion box. I have one this week. So hang in there. Got about 2 minutes of show left. All right, we're back with my suggestion box. And this week, I am going to suggest and just throw out there, how about we get a Diablo esque Star Wars game? I know that there's the argument that the Old Republic is kind of like that, but I think it would be really cool to have a dedicated Star Wars game that is like Diablo, and you could choose like three classes from the light side or three classes from the dark side, and maybe two classes that are otherwise neutral. And then you can develop your characters depending on how you want to play. Like if you want to play a Jedi Guardian, you can, a Jedi Master, you can, or a Jedi Counselor, you can. You could be like a smuggler. You could be any number of different things like that. Soldier. I just think it'd be a lot of fun. Be a bounty hunter, or just your regular run-of-the-mill stormtrooper. So that is my suggestion box for this week. Please, 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 somebody pick up the reins on that and go develop that game, because I think it'd be a hell of a lot of fun to play, especially when you have so much source material to choose from. You hear me, Disney? Please make a Diablo-esque Star Wars game. But with that, that is the end of episode 12, Hack and Slash Games. I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Please hit me up on my socials if there are games you'd like to hear me talk about or play on the podcast. Otherwise, hit that like button, subscribe. That way you'll get all the updates as to when the new podcasts are coming out, and also game reviews. I also post when I'm going to be streaming next. Now, I haven't been able to stream last couple of weeks. I've been sick. But I am planning on streaming in the near future. The most recent stream that I did was No Man's Sky. It was just a chill stream to get back into it. But next week, for podcast number 13, we are going to be doing wrestling games. I've got 5 great ones that I absolutely love, and then I'll be playing one of the most popular wrestling games out there. So please don't miss next week's podcast, because it's going to be a lot of fun. With that, I'd like to say, as I always do, please, as you go through the week, be safe, be kind, and remember, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, you do matter and you are loved. Take it easy, everybody.